Racing League booth. It is AlwaysJokerr here tonight for the annual Charlotte race. With me in the booth, we have Season 3, 2, and 1, I think, Final Four competitor in the Cup Series, drives the 42, the owner of Trackhouse Racing, Brody. Hello.
Hi. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. Charlotte definitely a really fun track to broadcast and drive, so it'll definitely be fun watching
Yeah, we're also joined by a veteran in the booth. He's been calling hundreds of races, I believe, in our league. He was the first person to start our broadcast at Talladega a few seasons ago. It is always Jake. Jake, hello.
Hello, it's so good to get a chance to be back in the booth with you and of course Brody. Brody, it's been a long time coming since me and you have been together. What a way to get back to the booth. I mean, I'm excited, Charlotte. What more can you ask for?
tonight. Absolutely.
Yeah, speaking of Charlotte, this marks the halfway point of the regular season. Um, quickly. I can't believe we're already almost done with the regular season halfway. So we're just going to, before we look forward to Charlotte and the races after that, we're going to look back and reflect. I'll go to Jake with this one first. Who's been the driver to you that's been the guy that stood out to you so far?
I mean, there's no secret. I mean, Heredia God has been phenomenal ever since he started in the Xfinity series. I mean, he's been dominating, and I mean, it's just same old Heredia. I mean, what more can you ask for? I mean, the guy is really good. The guy is really incredible, and so if there's anyone that I had to pick out of the field, it's Heredia.
Brody?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Always Electric. After a not so great season last season, he's really turned it around. He's sitting fifth in the point standings, coming off a lot of momentum from Pocono. I think he was the highest points given driver after the race. So, I mean, a lot of things are looking up for this 8 car. He is sitting well above the playoff cut line, so it's looking good for the 8 to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll go with Jackson Altman. I believe he just got a penalty, which bumped him down to fourth in the point standings. But based on last season, he was where Electric and Ale State were last year, fighting around that cut line and eventually didn't make it in. But just the jump from him to be about 14th or 15th at this time one year to fourth and third, fighting for P2 in the standings, is something that I'm really impressed with. Only thing I'd have to say is no top 5 so far compared to everyone else near him having at least one. So if he can clean that up a little bit, run a full race without any incidents, I think he would be the driver of the year for me so far.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much you and Brody and many others who have got a chance to call most of the Xfinity races. You've seen everything that has transpired. I think this is probably the most toughest and ruthless Xfinity series we've seen yet. And I find it a coincidence that we're going to a track that's had a lot of memories, and I think you and Brody know exactly what I'm talking about.
I believe you're referring to the electric incident from last season.
Oh, easily, yeah. I mean, shout out to Electric, by the way. But yes,
Yeah, that was a crazy finish. It was me, Brody, and Heredia that called that race, and Masopes got the win for that one. He is the race control tonight for the race. Electric will not be here tonight, fixing an issue with his PS4, but he will be back for, I don't even know the next track. I think it's Mid-Ohio. So he'll be back for there. P5 in the points doesn't hurt him now, but he will drop to, I believe, P8 or 9 after tonight's race, depending on penalties. Last night we went to Gateway, 2 totally different tracks, but you know, any race can be a wreck fest with how this season has gone with this group of drivers. So I believe they're starting qualifying. I have Heredia's stream up. Yep, they're about rolling. Heredia's running a 9 for qualifying. It is 6 laps, so there's 18 drivers in the field or 17 if you exclude masopes. We'll go into the future now. Without picking the same driver that you picked for the first 7 races, who do you think needs to step their game up for the final 8 races of the regular season? Brody, I'll go to you with this one first.
Um, I'm looking right around that cut line, and I'm looking at Drunkfest, man. I mean, we know him as a Cup regular. He has done really well in Cup, but he is sitting 9th in the Xfinity standings right now, although missing down a race right now. He has 6 races that he has started compared to a lot of other people's 7. But he is sitting, that last spot in the points. So, he's got to step it up if he wants to get into these playoffs.
Yeah, Jake, who are you looking at so far?
As far as looking at the cutoff line, I definitely do see Sir Stack, who really needs to step up. I mean, he is 8 points below the cutoff line. He's not had some really good races, but yet tonight could be a game changer. But the thing is, though, is that he's got to be able to run consistent races. Got to be able to stay up with top 5 each race. So, as far as my pick, Sir Stack is the one that really needs to step up.
Yeah, I'll go with KD. Not necessarily the fact that he needs to step up, but I think he's possibly the most dangerous driver below the cut line. Those 13 or 14 drivers that don't have a win, I think he's definitely the most dangerous so far that is below the cut line. Yeah, you can throw Sir Sadsack, Cush, 10 Titan, who's also good at a few road course races last year, same with Speed, but in both races Katie's been in, he's led laps and been in the top 3 towards the end of these races. So, and if you look at the points a different way, he's essentially inside the top 10 if he started the season with the 2 races he has. So Katie's my guy that I would be looking at to potentially shake up the field even with the win here tonight.
Very well said. I don't know. It's just with tonight's race being at Charlotte, I mean, a lot could change. I don't think we'll see anything from what we saw at the truck race last night, but I do think that this could be one of the most interesting Charlotte races we've seen yet.
Yeah, because Charlotte in past seasons is usually towards the end of the regular season. This is right smack in the middle, so I think drivers will either be not as aggressive or even more aggressive. This is our second mile and a half, if you think about it, since Vegas so far. So we haven't really seen the cookie cutter mile and a halves to start off the season, but I think this is going to be a good testament because remember, Homestead's the finale and it's another mile and a half. So I expect the same type of drivers up front there and here.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said. Brody, you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, Joker does make a really good point on that. Charlotte and Homestead kind of race similar. I'm not going to say the exact same, but half mile, Homestead, what is half mile or 2 mile? I'm not really sure. Um, you know, um, the drivers that we're going to see up front tonight, that's going to give you a little bit of a picture of what we're going to see at the end of the season and those front runners making a deep run into the playoffs. So basically backing up what Joker said right there.
Yeah, and there's one thing to point out here that there's only 4 technically mile and a half type racetracks in the whole season in general. We go to Charlotte now, then in about another month, or no, 2 races from now, go to Kentucky. They didn't have this track on the season 4 schedule. And then the next mile and a half is the finale in Homestead. Yes, there's Darlington, but that's just a totally different racetrack, and I wouldn't consider that a mile and a half either, the way it's driven. So not a lot of opportunities to show how people, this might be like a preview of the finale in November. But next, I think they're done with qualifying. Killer just texted me and said he's starting from the back. So, yep, they have officially done qualifying. They're in the race lobby still. Yeah, I think we'll go to picks next. Jake, who do you have winning tonight?
I really thought about this whenever me was talking earlier, and I think I'm gonna have to go with JoJo on this one because let me tell you why. Because if there's anyone that has really been up to Horaya's level, it has been JoJo. JoJo has been really up there, won a couple races here and there, but I do believe that tonight is JoJo's moment.
Brody?
I'm sorry. What was the question? I was typing in the owner's chat that I don't think Nate is going to be able to hot seat.
Okay. The question was who'd your pick to win tonight? I believe Jake went with I almost said Dalator as he just joined the party. He went with JoJo. So who's your pick to win tonight?
I'm gonna follow up what you were saying about KD earlier. I think KD can get it done tonight, and he's my driver, so I'm definitely rooting for him. No favoritism or anything.
Okay. Well, we welcome Dalator to the booth. I don't know if his mic is shared, but Dalator, welcome.
Yo, yo.
We were just talking about picks to win. I was going to go with Chibi, and well, he has the pole for the race. Him and Heredia have swept. Drunkfest is P3 with KD. Brody's driver, P4.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so just make sure everyone has an invite. I don't.
Nope.
But Dalator, I think we're going to be waiting a few more minutes. JoJo needs to join. I think Ballstick needs to join as well. So I think we're going to see 23 drivers in the grid here tonight. So that'll be a interesting race, draft-dependent track. A lot of aggressive drivers in the Xfinity Series. Person, Speed, McCard, Jamie Wright has thrown his name in there a few times this season. So we'll see how this race goes.
With the amount of drivers we have in the field, I mean, this could get really interesting for sure.
Now, we don't know if they're running the day race or the night race. I'll ask masopes.
Well, there would only be one race because they run the Roval too, so it would only be one
It'd be the
one
day
race for
race.
Xfinity. Yeah.
Okay.
Would like to say that we do have two people making their Xfinity Series first start. We have It's Always Gary running in the 7, the driver that has taken over Riley's ride as he stepped down to trucks, and we also have I Have 40 Wins starting in the 90 tonight.
Yeah, a lot of people have been looking at him, including us admins and owners, so we'll see how he does. He's been known for a troll in public lobbies, so if he doesn't do what AK did to Crab last night, then I think we'll be fine, right?
Oh yeah, very well.
Had to bring that up, didn't we?
You haven't seen that? Go back to the countless clips in the Discord.
Yeah, and if you guys missed out on the crazy race, after this race and after the Cup race, why don't you look back on that and check it out for yourself on how crazy it was.
After watching this race and the Cup race, I think everybody's going to be too drunk to go back and watch the truck race, and if they're not drunk, they're gonna pass out drunk watching that truck race or that pinball expedition.
All right, Delator.
Yes, sir.
What's our drinking game for tonight?
Anything you want, whenever you want. It's hot as hell.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab myself one.
I believe they're in the race.
Are they? I don't know if they are or not. Well, I'm not paying attention.
I'll say, did you ever get an invite, Dalator?
I did get an invite.
We're good to join.
Yeah, we are good to join. All right.
All right. Yep. Also, gotta say another thing. It is good to be back in the booth with you as well, Delator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We join you?
Yep, you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
No worries.
What about Chib?
What? Yeah,
You said,
yeah.
oh, Chib.
Chibi's gonna run a good race
Oh
tonight.
yeah,
Yeah.
Chibi's gonna run great. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Good save.
He's on
That
the
was my
pole.
first flip.
So we're gonna load in here. Day race at Charlotte. And they're already on the back straightaway. They're already 2 and 3 wide. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, the 92s and the fence
Oh
back
boy.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. There's a 3 wide battle. The 9. I think that's McCard. Oh my gosh. Now they're getting 2 wide. Oh boy.
I think the drinking game for you guys will be whenever I say in the fence to someone or moving someone. There you go.
Do I
Alright.
now need to take 2 sips?
I think the 20 punting. I think that was the 698.
You know what? I'm gonna dock you some points for performance dehancing environments tonight, because I'm gonna go from finishing probably 12th to finishing 18th now. Thank you, Joker.
And yeah, I feel bad because I'm the only one that doesn't have a beer on me yet. Oh, and the 18's up in the wall.
Yeah, there's another.
We got 3 wide right here: the 13, the 98, and the 20.
Taking a drink.
You're welcome. You're welcome, brother.
All right, how many Jake-isms do we need for a drink?
1.
Okay, fair enough. We got some high-speed pace laps here. Everybody looks to be down at the bottom. Drunk is one of the first ones to typically get up top. He's going to lose 2 spots here to Dan Marino, his teammate. So, gets in line. I think that's for 6th place.
Yeah, and the top 4 is already separating.
Someone's in the 99. I think the stats sack. We just talked about him earlier.
Oh,
Yes!
yes!
Get up, get up, get up. Oh, he's at the grass. Oh, the hook.
Wow,
He's gonna save it.
Save it.
He went with the expedition route down through the infield. You know, on the
Thought he
front
was going
stretch
on
there.
the road course.
Yeah, I mean he took that final chicane.
Man, these first 4 cars have really extended their lead over the rest of the field.
And this is like a chaos battle for what? 6th place, 5th place, I believe. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah, they kind of just got away.
Yeah, as Drunk keeps on dropping to the back.
and there's my pick right behind Speed Racer and JoJo in that damn Marina's game.
Jojo will have a say in this finish. By the time the checker flag flies, I believe that. He's usually always up in the front.
I'll agree with that. He's typically one of those guys that will be able to really hone in on the setup later in the run. Really smart driver.
Yeah, and right now JoJo's trying to be able to make a pass down to Speed. As he finally gets to the inside of Speed's left rear corner panel, he will be able to make the pass down to the inside for 5th. But look at right behind JoJo. Now, who's the 15? Oh boy.
Logan Aim.
Logan, yep, took a peek. Thought better of it. Gonna bring the 36 and the 98 through.
Who's the person
really-
in 92 as well.
Yep. Oh, once that door opens, it's hard for that to shut. Who's that under?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that is
seven.
an Nico.
Oh, the 7 and
Oh, the
16! Look out! Look!
Oh, and the 7
7's in the pits. The 7's in the
7 got
pits.
pitted. Either he pitted himself or pinballed. I wasn't paying attention there, but looks like
Hit
this
the
group
apron
here
a
has
little
gotten
bit.
single filed.
Yeah, I'm going to go back up to the front. By the way, Ball Sticks run the test sessions game. Chibi's still in the lead with Heredia right behind him. And the card is just all by himself, some dumb guy in the draft. So yeah, once when JoJo moves up there, there could be a huge battle for 4th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I'm Akerd or if I'm trying to look to see who's in third, KD's a little closer to Heredia than Akerd is to KD. If I'm Akerd right now, I'm trying to just save a little bit of tire and at the end of this run try to make a, close that gap a little bit because these first three are really going for it pretty hard right now.
Scary in the 7, I believe that's coming off the pit road. He will go 2 laps down. So what he has to do now is go run that pack down. Yes, he has fresher tires, but he needs to go run that pack down and unlap himself the hard way by go running them down. I believe they're probably about 3 seconds ahead. So to save his race, he needs to go push really hard and go unlap himself.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing about it though is that where the 7 is, that if JoJo can be able to catch up the draft, it could help him reach up to McCart as well. Go ahead, Delator.
That's exactly what I was going to get at too. Is if that 7 could pass the 9, then he could use the 7 as a rabbit to get him up to the 21. But it looks like he's going to slide in behind the 9. That's going to help the 13 out.
Yeah, I think if I'm the 9, you got to let your teammate go here, and it doesn't look like they're going to.
And 21 lagged out.
Oh
Katie
no, Katie lagged out.
He was a race-winning threat, Brody. That was his pick. Won't be able to get a win tonight, but still, again, showing that pace. He's going to get one soon if he just keeps starting up front.
We didn't discuss it, but Brody now needs to shotgun a beer.
Yep, because, broadcasters curse, but yet the 7 does get by the 9, but the problem is, here comes JoJo. The pack is slowly gaining on him.
Yeah, I really think that 9 is laying back a little bit, seeing what that 7 can do, maybe kind of pull him up to the front 2, which have just completely checked out on this field.
Yeah, that was go on, Brody.
Well, what I was gonna say was before the 21 lagged out, I was looking at, Chibi and Heredia that were starting to build that lead over the 21, and I was just thinking, man, I believe Chibi and Heredia are technically teammates, so I'm just wondering how much they're actually gonna battle for this stage win with the 21 in their, in their presence. So, with that 21 being gone, that essentially gives them basically a right to battle.
Yep, as you see them going at it right now, that 39's not going to just give it to him, but he finally yields the position here. Made it a little difficult, but they've got a lot of room to play with. They can control the race, and they've got a sizable gap. So if they even let that 7 by, obviously that's the best thing for him. Unlap himself by 1, get a lucky dog at the end of the stage if no one else has an issue. But that's who knows? I mean, this is the longest race Xfinity will see all year.
So far, the most consecutive green laps so far. Gotta give credit where credit's due. I'm gonna keep an eye on this back because they just now reached up to McCard. Here comes JoJo to the inside of McCard, and with Logan Name right behind him, drunk fast. And Logan Name's trying to get to the inside of JoJo, but that's not gonna work out as McCard will lose a spot or more at this moment.
7 pushing the 39 into turn 3 to get him closer to the 21. He's going to try the outside here. Thinks better of it. Maybe get the run off of turn 4.
He gets settled in, I believe that's 5th. Good for him, just recovering after JoJo and that group ran him down, but I want to focus on the lead pack a little bit. Just if you're Team Penske top 2, you want to try and block this 7 because he might be a factor later in this race. So if you can keep him 2 down, then he'll stay 1 lap down for the tire stage 2, and then he'll have to drive back up through the field at stage 3 if no one else goes a lap down.
Yeah, well, the best thing for them to have done was to stay single file, and now that the 39 is on the inside of the 22, that opens the door for the 7 to get underneath the 22, which leaves the 39 vulnerable to getting dive bombed. And if I'm 2 laps down and I know that this is my chance to save my race, I may take that chance.
Yeah, you gotta be aggressive here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
39's going to do a lot of mirror driving here just to keep that 7 behind him.
Yeah, I mean, but here comes the 7. The 7 does have the bottom. He's coming to the inside, and if you can only hope for the 7 that the 22 will push you, and then you'll be right in front of the leaders, and you'll be a lap down. Oh gosh,
Oh,
that
He
is,
slammed the door.
yeah. So now, if you're the 7, what do you do? I mean, are you going to try to be able to block these 2 so you can be 1 lap down, or what do you do?
You have to.
Yeah. You have to be defensive now. Obviously, you got the fresher tires, but you just used a lot of the good off of them just to get around these 2, which have completely they're in a zip code of their own. So it's 7's going to handle a little different out front. We'll be able to see if he checks out or if they stay within grasp.
Yeah, we're coming back to the final lap of stage 1. Not this lap, but this next lap. Now they're coming to the final lap now. So how does Chibi fight this? Does he just give it to Heredia? We know we've had issues with that, about teammates giving other teammates stage wins. So let's see how they fight here.
Well, man, here comes Heredia on the inside, and Heredia's got the run, but I think Chibi's going to be able to stay in front. But as soon as I say that, side by side they go.
Oh, he hit him up the racetrack a little bit. Heredia's going to win the stage.
Stage 1 winner, Heredia God. Meanwhile, I'm checking the back, and looks like JoJo is going to be finishing up the top 3. Drunkfest finished 4th. I think McCard finished 5th.
On Heredia's screen, it says McCard finished 4th.
Oh, other way around. My apologies.
Yeah. But yeah, stage 1 done. It was 22 laps on the tire, so that was about a fuel run. This next stage will be 19 laps, so a little bit shorter. So I think now that JoJo's up in the front group now, I think he'll stay with these top 2, but Team Penske so far dominating in stage 1.
We haven't heard much from Brody. Brody, you right there, bud?
Yes. I was having a conversation with masopes about the cup race later, but it does look like we're about to go back to green. Already our stage 1 winner will lead them to green, being followed by the 13 of JoJo. JoJo has finally made his way up to the front. What can he do now?
Yeah, and as soon as the 39 gets down right in front of JoJo, and McCard's going to be sitting duck on the outside, so will Logan Aim. But somebody we haven't got a chance to really talk about is trying to be able to work his way up to the top 5. That is a 92 of Pearson as well.
Oh, he's going to hit the apron. Here comes Jackson, who's going to make it 3 wide. Oh, the McCarthy got hit.
Oh boy.
Gosh, broadcaster's curse at its best. My apologies, person.
Denying the wall
he's gonna
again back there.
Yep.
But now you see new players at the front. SHR versus Team Penske is on board with Satsak. He's dooring Logan Aim down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Logan Aim didn't like that a lot, and now they're banging into turn 1.
Yeah, it's 3 wide back in the pack.
Yep, going back up
Oh,
there.
the 7 hit the apron.
Oh,
the
boy.
19's gonna kill him. The 7's out of it. He's like, yep, nope, I'm living to see another day.
Oh, ball stick hits the outside wall. He does save it, though. I tell you one thing, nobody has any love for the Oreos machine so far.
They realized Nilla wafers are better.
Apparently so.
The battle for 6 between, I believe those are teammates, 2 JGR teammates, 10 Titan, the 18, Speed, and the 20. Person's gonna push the 20 with Killer in line. They gotta get organized so that you see that top 5, they're starting to get away. And 3 of those top 5 are Penske cars, so you know they're gonna want to push, get away, and try and get these points for themselves.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Penske against SHR. I mean, 3 versus 2. I mean, what more? Oh, God, that was close. As soon as I say something happened to the person. I think
Looks like the 22 just hit the wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Comes Chibi around.
Opens the door for the 13 with a 98. Follow him.
Here comes
Yeah.
the 36, a new player.
And here comes the 98. Could he be able to join in if Heredia doesn't come straight down? And Heredia does not have room. He's still stuck on the outside. That's going to give Drunkfest to go down to the inside, right behind JoJo, trying to push his team up there. The battle for second between the 13, the 22, and the 98 is getting wild. Here comes the 36 on the outside.
Heredia was able to defend the position there on the outside off of turn 2. Might open the door to the outside later in the runs here. At 36 is going to try to take advantage of that off of turn 4 into turn 1.
Yeah, so far as we are lost the words right now, but pretty much the pack has remained up front between Chibi, Heredia.
Oh, 3 wide.
Oh boy, where?
Sorry to cut you back, way back in the pack. 10 Titan, that's Person, this big group, they're just fighting each other. It's one big, looks like a plate track, scrum. 18's in the wall, coming down for the Boston.
19's in the wall, he's gonna come down the track.
Oh, Santa
99.
Kush, 19's around, watch the 10, look, that should be a...
19 did a flip! I gotta get to the 19, yeah, the 19 has a lot of damage right there. Tough break as... I mean, is that gonna be a manual?
I don't know, McCard's in the grass, he might spin out. I don't know, I didn't see 3 cars spin out, it was just the 19, it was just a lot of cars that hit him and got collected, but I don't know.
I mean, it all started whenever the 18 went up to the outside wall, and then we saw the 19 barely, I can see, just doing a flip on the backstretch. Tough break for Kushnipe there, so I guess that's what, 2 out of 3 right there?
Yeah, there was 2. Yeah, I believe it's still green.
Surprisingly enough, as for those who are wanting to check on the front, Chibi, Heredia, JoJo, everyone remains the same. But yeah, look at this battle. Killer is leading this pack. Person, Logan Aim, the 20 of Speed Racer, and here comes the 1 who we haven't got a chance to really talk much about. Trying to be able to work his way up to this pack.
You know,
Oh,
I'm
one
really
thing-
surprised with
Yeah, what
this
are you gonna say,
15. You know, I'm really surprised with this 15. We saw a lot of speed from Pocono, and we all kind of wondered, you know, where did this speed come from? Now he's showing it again.
Is there something happening up front, guys?
Chibi was below the apron. Heredia's the leader. JoJo's gonna get this lap led. He does. I just saw that way up there. I was on board with Killer, and I just wanted to... I didn't know what was going on.
And here comes Heredia down to the bottom, battle for the lead, but yet Chibi's right behind him. Meanwhile, Drunkfest is right behind the 13 of JoJo. JoJo's going to still stay in the lead, but thanks to the help of the 98 of Drunkfest.
Drunk's gonna tuck right in under.
The 36! The 36 just mowed down the grass. We're still green.
Lawn mowing. It's okay.
He might lose that front pack. Comes Drunk under Heredia for second.
And right now, Kush is in the fight of his life because we can see Kush's car, and if this pack gets to him, he will be a lap down. But what does that mean for the 7? Will the 7 still be ahead and get the lucky dog?
Yeah, so the 7 would have to go run down that 19 and pass him. So, unless Kush can somehow hold these guys off, but he's really slow because of that damage, the 7, who is not even on the back straightaway, he's on it now, behind the 99. He's going to have to run Kush down. One of the races will be over without a caution, so...
And Kush is really slow due to damage.
Yeah, he is slow. He's going to try to stay on the outside as his pack is passing him, meaning that the 19 will be a lap down, but yet Joker...
Oh, Jackson put the 19 into the corner.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, back to what I was saying. Gary's gonna have to reach up to the 19 just to be able to still remain in the lucky
Oh,
dog.
the 19 running the third lane, trying to get out of everyone's way, but he has to keep in mind that that 7, he must stay in front of that 7.
Should be taking the Reddick line.
Yeah.
Not the high side, through the grass over the bump.
Well, real quick though, the 7 is not that far away from Kush, so as long as Gary can be able to get a chance to reach up to the 19, Gary should be able to be the lucky dog.
I thought the 7 got
Got
his
the
one.
19 into the 9.
Oh,
The 9's coming down. Look out!
Oh, the 9's running around. That's gonna have to be a manual. That is 3 cars right there.
It's within 5 to go, the 3 to go now, that no more, so the 9 might go a lap down.
Meanwhile, Drugfest takes the lead over Heredia and JoJo. The 39, here comes Heredia. We're watching from Chibi's hood cam. Oh my gosh.
Oh, 98 in the wall.
Gotta defend the bottom.
I think we are, what, 2 to go?
Yes, come to the white flag.
Yeah, but that 98 and that 13 are not gonna. They're gonna want their own stage points here, playoff points. So that 98, wherever he goes, I expect the 13 to not go with him. Try to challenge this 22.
Yeah, but
no. Inside.
I don't think.
No, Drunk won't have enough momentum. It will still be Heredia that wins stage 2.
Not yet. Still,
we're
still going. We're on 1 to go here.
Yeah, okay, my apologies already.
Oh, hey. The 19, oh my goodness.
Oh, boy. 19, really get out of the way, get out of the way now.
That 39. 39 is going to try to play defense from behind.
Oh,
where's
boy.
teammate?
Teammate is right behind Drunk Fast. Here they come, crossing to the start finish line.
Oh.
The 98 to the wall. He's
that
going with a
didn't
lot
look
of
right.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That's
I think the 98 was trying to get the most he could.
Yeah, it looked like he just got loose on the bottom.
Man, Heredia won back-to-back stages, but yet this is what's going to be a challenge. Stage 3. Joker, I know you're the one leading this, and my apologies for taking over for a little bit. I gotta ask, what was your thoughts on that last lap?
Me?
Yes.
There was just intense racing, 2 teammates dueling it out with each other, or 2 teams, to say the least. Now we get a reset. Now I don't think there's going to be any cautions. I bet you now that I said that there's going to be 10, but we really see green flag racing, which is really good to see. So we're going to see green flag pit stops and then possibly fuel mileage play a factor in this final stage.
No, I'd like to disagree with you completely, because people are now going to realize that there are 4 contenders up here, and you're going to have to work with each other. The 39, the 22 have got it figured out. The 13, the 98 have got it figured out. That 36 is going to try to force his way into position here to separate those 2 SHR cars. The winner of the race here is going to benefit from teamwork. So if it does stay green, as Jackson throws a block on the, or throws a haymaker on the
JoJo, Heredia. Oh, JoJo. No.
Oh boy.
JoJo losing a lot of spots all the way in the back. Oh my gosh.
Shakes things up again.
Jackson up to 2nd.
That's huge. If the top 3 or 4 can get away, shuffle that 22 back in the pack, looks like another missed opportunity. Speed's gonna make it 3 wide.
Ooh, Logan quick to get back up on the top.
Oh, slide job.
Oh boy.
3 wide back in the
gosh.
Is that anchored again in the wall?
That is
No.
that is
10.
10.
Heredia's got some work to do now.
Oh, the 18 just punted the 7 way back in the pack.
Jackson hits the apron. That's going to bring Drunkfest into 2nd, followed by Killer and Heredia.
Oh my gosh, bad move from Jackson, but I will say this, for the last 2 stages, this has been by far some incredible racing, And we're seeing a lot of chaos happening just these past 2 or 3 laps. My gosh.
This has thrown new players into this. Killer in the 16, who wasn't really a factor in stage 1 and stage 2, starting in the back. Speed's in it now. Person's in it as well, as long as Logan Aim, and I believe that's the 9 of McCard, who got taken out in stage 2.
Question is, what is going to happen when this 98 catches the 39? It is inevitable with the draft.
Yeah, you got 5 cars working together.
Yeah.
They have reeled him in, it looks like by a 2 or 3 tenths last couple laps. Slowly but surely, but they'll get there in a few laps. But tires are also going to start to wear out a little bit. Will that have any effect over the draft?
I mean, potentially, especially it all depends on what tire wear you're at, especially in this moment. So that's a really good question, but my biggest issue is that right now you're seeing Chibi slowly pulling away from the field. You got a couple of cars in line that have a shot to be able to make it to the 39. So it's hard to tell there, Daltor. It's really hard to tell. As here comes the 16, oh boy.
To get to the 39, as they've chopped it down by another car length or two through that lap in turn 3 and 4, you got to stay in line to get to them. They're catching them. There's no doubt about that. But catching them is one thing, passing them is another, and you gotta cooperate with each other to get there.
As you always say, teamwork is the dream work, and right now they're trying to be able to have that teamwork for sure.
Another 2 car lengths.
Grunt doesn't have the draft now. Sorry to cut you off, Jake.
You're good. I'm saying my biggest question to you guys is that when they catch up to the 39, what are they going to do?
Well, the 98's going to try to make a move. I would assume.
Oh, someone's in the pistol! Oh, can he save it? Can he save it? Yes, he can!
Oh my gosh, what just happened? And now Speed's in the top 5!
16 hits the wall. Speed's in the top 5. A lot of drivers near that cut line. And we talked about Heredia lost a lot of time.
What just happened?
The 16 must have hit the fence. I'm going to get on board and watch Heredia's stream. Yeah, the 16 just hit the fence, and then the 22 just ran into the back of him. Nothing the 22 could have done, but he's going to have to work now.
I mean, with pit stops coming too, you can make up a bit of time, but that 98 lost his help. Hasn't reeled in the 39 as quick as he wants to, but he's, again, still slowly but surely getting there.
I'll say, and it is on normal draft, ain't it?
It's on low. Oh, a manual.
A manual?
I don't know what happened. This is...
what? It was only 2 cars.
Is this a debris caution?
The rain at Daytona Road.
What? Like, what?
I will say the leaders almost ran up onto the 19 of Kushnite.
All I can say is not the water bottle being thrown out. No. All right. I didn't think we would. Hello?
Yes, Jake?
Okay, I seen that Brody's thing not formed. So anyway, sorry about that, y'all. But anyways, I don't know. It's just
Killer stays out.
Yeah, Killer's staying out. So
okay, well, I don't understand that. You're gonna be the only person on older. He has to pit here.
Yeah, unless he's going for something that's gonna, this is gonna help him save some fuel later on.
I think I know, sort of what he's doing to get offset from these leaders, but the only way this is going to work out in his favor is if it goes green for the rest of the race. I mean, he could short pit as soon as he needs to come down for fuel, but he's going to lose so much ground until that time.
Yeah, you see a lot of tire fall off.
Yeah. As Chibi is the first one coming out of pit road, followed by Drunkfest and Jackson Altman. Then you have Speed, I think the 15 to Logan Aim, the 9, 92, 22, 1 and 18. So I don't know. I think everything still remains the same. I think some drivers may gain one another, but I I don't know. I mean, Brody, he is your driver, so I mean, what do you think he ended up doing? Do you think there might be another caution, or
He
what do you
went an
think?
extra lap.
Yeah,
He's on pit road now.
So did he get it for leading a lap? Is that what he did? Did he try to stay out to lead a lap to gain himself a point, and then he dipped in?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what the exact rules are, if there's a rule on this, but I know in iRacing, if you go around another lap, it'll have you start at the tail end of the field, whether pit lane is open or not, because you'd be behind the drivers that pit on the first go-around, so Killer's going to start at the rear end of the field. I'm not exactly sure what the implications will be for the 16.
Yeah, well, that's what they used to do before they changed the point system to 1 point per position. People would stay out during a caution just to gain a lap led. That would give them 5 bonus points for leading that lap, and then they would dip into pit road with the lap down cars. So, a little bit of old school strategy, if that is the case. I mean, every point does matter here, so if he did do that, then good on him for thinking ahead like that.
I'm confused on why he got a position back, though. If he stayed out, he would be towards the tail end of everyone that pit the first time. So I'm confused on why he's in between the 9 and the 22.
You know what possibly could have happened is, and he could have pled his case to masopes, but possibly he couldn't make it to pit road because of whatever reason, and that's what he was saying to masopes or something like that. I mean, that's the only thing that seems logical to me.
I don't know. I mean, I think there will be some talks after the race for sure. But if you guys thought that this racing was fun, wait till you guys see the Cup Series. Dallatorre, Brody, and Joker will be in the Cup Series race tonight. That'll be in the booth with myself, Fortunator, and Speed Racer. That'll be coming up next following our coverage here of the Xfinity Series.
Yeah, we just have the juice cone there, and if you look, if someone look at Ballstick, he's going to gain at least 3 rows here. It's going to pass the 99 a row, the 13 a row, and then get up next to the 18. So, and the 19 a Cush. So they gained a few spots there, but
yep,
this is a good choose for them.
That inside is dominant, but I don't think it's that dominant. That far back, somebody gets checked up on the bottom, you're gaining 3 or 4 spots. So that's a pretty smart move.
Exactly. As Jackson will end up starting on the outside, the 39 will be a control car. Joker, go ahead.
The 90's on the back straightaway. That's I have 40 wins. I don't think they're going green. I'd be shocked if they went green without everyone there, but we'll see. Unless he Kyle Bushes it and times it perfectly, and
What he's gonna do?
Yeah,
That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, they're gonna go. Yeah, it's gonna Kyle Busch it as we are back to green.
He laid off.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Wow, wow.
oh, they're checking up in the apron a little bit. Jackson gets in line for P2. Person on the outside, P3. Team Penske all around the outside. McCart, look at that outside pick that we talked about. Now it's working out. Oh, the 20!
Oh, they're about to go 3 wide. Thankfully, Logan stays right behind the 20.
They're double wide. They have to get organized really quickly because there's 3 Penske cars and then 1 SHR. So Speed's gotten clear. Logan Ames going to get clear. Here comes Heredia. They all got to get clear and get in line before that front group runs away with it.
Yeah, Heredia is already getting close to McCart, trying to be able to go side by side, and Heredia does, but I'm assuming Heredia will have enough time to be able to reach up to the top 5 at least.
Yeah, that 98 and the 20 need to get around this 92. It doesn't look like the 92 has any speed coming off of the corners, and he's pinching.
He just kissed it.
Okay then, alrighty.
Heredia really aggressive back in the pack, getting under Logan Ames. He can't mess around. We all know he probably has at least a top 2 car with Chibi, so he really can't mess around with Logan Ames as his 3 Penske teammates are driving away.
And I find it crazy the fact that Logan Ames gonna, I don't know if he's trying to block the 22 or what, but very bold move from Logan Ames.
Yeah, I don't know how many laps are left, but it kind of looks like that this is just settled down for the time being. I still think that 92, is not as fast as the 98. Might be holding him up a little bit, but that 98 right now, the smartest thing for him to do is ride.
Yeah, he's in a really good spot right now. So long you're in the top 5, you really have a solid spot for contention to stay with that lead pack draft. Obviously, you would want to be in the first, second, or third. You know, that can basically guarantee you that you will stay with the lead pack so long something like hitting the wall doesn't happen.
Yeah, but the biggest problem is, though, you have Drunkfest, and Drunkfest is, I think his patience may end up running thin because he's been staying behind the 92 since the restart. And I do want to say this, though, this is definitely the highest position we've seen the 92 so far in this race.
Ready
is getting
Logan Ames. Yeah.
Yep. Now that Heredia is starting to leapfrog some people, that's going to put some urgency to these guys who are not 39. So, again,
98's going to put the bumper 23.
Heredia's gonna get 2 spots in this corner.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
92 is going to say it by.
Heredia put the bumper back to Speed. He said that to me a few days ago. He was tired of the way Speed raced him, so he got a little payback there. Heredia up to 4th now. He can't mess around with this 92. There's his champ. There's his race-winning window right out front of him with the 36. Person's going to give him the inside. Drunkfest in line with him pushing. Oh.
Yeah, but you got to think, is if you're the 98, you've been sitting behind that 92 for too long, and now the 22, who's a teammate to the 92, got by him pretty easily. So that 98 is probably seeing a little bit of blood in the water right now, wanting to go after these Penske cars.
Yeah, but now the thing is, though, now that the 92 will end up losing a couple of spots, Heredia can be able to chase down his teammates, try to be able to make it 1, 2, 3 for Penske. But the one guy that's
Speed.
Oh boy. But the one guy that's still holding on, that is that 98 of Drunkfest. You guys got to give him a lot of props for this race tonight.
Don't count out the 9 yet either. He's pretty good on the long runs, and we know how Lucy likes to set the car up. He may have something here. Might be able to turn the car better through the center of the corner, and it looks like he's able to do so, gaining a couple tenths off of 4 on the 15. He might be a factor before this is over.
Jackson in the wall.
Jackson's in the wall, but that will give Heredia the second spot. Logan Ames is going to try to get to the inside of Jackson, but meanwhile, Drunkfest is back into this inside of the top 3 at the moment. But a 2-car battle for 4th place between Jackson Altman and Logan Ames, and hopefully they can be able to get a chance to have McCard up there if these two keep battling.
Yeah, 36 needs to keep his composure now. After getting shuffled from 2nd to 5th, he's going to have to just mitigate damage.
Oh, the 9 missed the corner unless he got hit by the 20. I didn't see that. But they can't. This is their gap. If they sit there and play punt with each other, then neither of them gain anything from it. The 20's going to send it in. Oh,
Not
no
the smartest.
contact.
Yeah, you can really drive it in on turn 3 there. Like, overcommit, still make the corner. That's what the 9 did.
And here's one thing about it, though, guys. I mean, right behind both the 9 and the 20 is that 13 of JoJo, and we haven't seen him up inside the top 5 ever since stage 2, I believe. So you know JoJo is trying to be able to get it back up there.
He'll be a factor before this is over, too. I think we still have another pit stop to go. So if he's there right now, he might have an opportunity to get there.
The 9 can't mess around with this 36. He's going to try and play puppet for his teammates, but the 9 has to get him out of the way.
Yeah, he tried, but yet the 36 is trying to be able to make the hard block, but yet here comes the 9 of McCard. JoJo's going to follow him along, but the problem is, look at the outside. Here comes Speed Racer and Person. They're switching around. Oh my gosh, what a pack we're seeing.
The front 4 is going to...
Oh!
They're out of here.
Speed to the outside wall, but yet back up there to this pack. McCord finally passes Jackson, but the problem
13
is...
got to follow him through.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
here.
the 90, the 13 and the 36 go up the racetrack. Here comes the 16 now. You see, and look at that. Look at all that. Look what all that fighting did for that one lap, and now they're about a second behind.
That's what happens whenever they spent the amount of time that they had, like the last 2 or 3 laps battling, because that means this front pack with the 39, the 22, and the 98 and the 15 are starting to slowly pull away.
Yeah, but you had to get clear of that 36, though. You could tell that he was not up to speed with the rest of these guys up front here in the front four.
Oh, look in the lead pass for the lead. Chivy's gonna let Heredia go. This is their chance right here.
Yeah, he got loose off of 2.
Inside. They have to stay side by side for another probably like 15 seconds for that second group to really get back up into that fight.
Go ahead.
Nope. Well, this is going to piss the 98 off. Did all that work just for Penske again to basically let Heredia take the lead.
I'm really impressed with Logan Aim here. Below the cut line, we talked about this in the pre-race show. A driver below the cut line. I said KD. KD lagged out. Logan got driver of the day last week at Pocono. If he can get a win, this really puts the electric person, since Blakey T missed the race, those 2 wild card spots that we've been talking about in this format that we have this season, those become really important now. That top 8 in points become really important if Logan Aim gets the win.
And not only that, I mean, he is running with some big dogs right here. If he could somehow pull this off, this would be, this would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he's running with some big dogs, but he's a hungry dog, and hungry dogs run faster.
I mean, what more can you say? I mean, small fish in a shark tank. I mean, that's exactly what we're seeing, but I am really impressed with Logan Aim right now. I mean, so far, it's out of the Roush Xfinity drivers, he is by far the best one, and he is definitely showing it here tonight.
Did anybody else from that team even show up?
No, he is the only driver. The 0, the 6, and the 4 all aren't here, so he's leading the flag for JD Motorsports. They were
typical Roush.
This is the corner a little bit. Drunkfest is going to push him though.
Where has this speed been the whole season out of this 15 car? I mean, they have just turned it around in 2 weeks.
One thing about it, though, I mean, after last week's Pocono race, whenever Logan was driver of the day, he carried that momentum, and he's definitely improving a lot tonight.
Yeah, they're jostling back here between Killer and Person. These guys are catching the front 4, though. The gap has shrunk just a little bit. It's jacked up. I think they're signaling the pit.
They're signaling, yeah.
They got a short pit.
They want to make something different.
Yeah. You ain't going to pass the leader by doing the same thing he's doing.
Oh, the 20. He's going to push the 36 in the pit road.
I don't know. I think they all made it.
I think Person sped.
I'm watching Discord.
I don't think JoJo sped, but I could be wrong.
If anyone sped, it would have been Jackson.
Jackson's on the mic in the Discord chat, so you can assume either something happened or something didn't happen, but he definitely has something to say about it, whatever it may have been.
Well, right now, these drivers will be a lap down as Heredia, Chibi, Logan, and Drunkfest just now passed them. I'm going to keep an eye on the top 4. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on the top 4 real quick. So far, they are still going, as Picard would be in the 5th at the moment.
So now that we have a little reset here before we have pit road, there's 3 laps left on Heredia's fuel, and now it's down to 2. So they will have to pit here soon. Those guys on 4 will be ahead of this group. If it looks like they're side by side, Speed and Jackson. They have a little history. They're in the middle of 3 and 4 onto the front stretch now. But they're gonna, if they keep fighting like this, then those guys that pit after them will still be ahead of them.
98 just signaled he will be coming down the pit road. Other than that, so far the top 3 staying out. I can only assume that they're going to be coming in this time by.
They have to.
Here comes the 39 trying to jump his teammate.
JoJo has a quick carb. He's in 3 and 4 again with Person. I'm surprised they all made it. Like, I definitely thought they sped some way, but Speed's the leader of this group. Oh, they're all pitting now.
Yeah, they're all pitting now. They all ready to say no. I'm going to keep an eye on them from Logan's hood cam. Oh, Logan, be careful. Oh, my.
Wow. Chibby was really aggressive into there. I think they all made it clean, though, but good job for the top 3 to be aggressive and not hit each other.
Man, I really thought Logan was going to speed right there. If you guys watch it from the hood cam, you can only automatically assume that, hey, he might have sped, but he did save it in time. The question is, go ahead.
Well, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was about to say that. I was about to say that 98's about to tell the story. Where these first 3 drivers come out, I mean, Drunkfest is right back into the pack with the 20 and the 36. So
they're just not coming out. They're just now coming out of the pit road. Chibi, Heredia, and Logan, but
they're gonna have a big gap. Drunk's gonna be the leader by at least a good 2 seconds. There they are now.
Drunk's in the best position as of right now. Wow. 92 almost kills the 15 right there, but Drunk's gonna take the lead, and he's also gonna lead a lap.
Now, if you're the guys on 4 that just pit, the 15, the 22, you can't mess around, especially on these guys on 3, 4 lap older tires. JoJo, Speed, Jackson. Drunkfest is your real competition here, so you can't really mess around as Heredia's in the apron.
Oh boy, Heredia's going to lose a lot of spots.
So is Chibi.
Wow. Chibi's still...
Speed's getting shuffled now.
Speed stuck on the outside. This is not really good for him.
Look at Drunkfest pulling away.
Oh, JoJo moved Jackson up the racetrack. A little payback. Jackson's coming down in front of the field.
Oh, man. This score is going to be really fun after these next 2 races.
Well, you race how you get raced. Jackson's been pretty aggressive trying to defend for his teammates, and I'm sure McCard, Speed, Logan, they're probably tired of it.
Yep. Logan's going to get around this 13 car, but I mean, they got to push hard.
That 39's already up on that back bumper of the 98. They're coming to 12 laps of racing to go. I don't think we've seen our last yellow. Drunkfest is going to really have to be on the defense here.
Yeah, Chibi's catching him right to his back bumper, but yet how much time will Heredia be able to catch up to them, which he should, but as long as the 98 and the 39 keep battling up, I mean, we will see this top pack as the 39 is trying to be able to get to the outside of Drunkfest, and nothing will happen at this moment as we are heading to 11 to go.
Gonna try the crossover.
Crossover, he's inside, he's there.
That was a beautiful move. Heredia's there too.
Drunkfest is gonna let them all go now. Chibi to the lead, Heredia P2. Drunkfest is gonna fall in line for P3. Heredia going for the lead.
Not what you wanted to see if you were Logan. You wanted to see these drivers battle it out. Thankfully, Heredia is going to try to take the lead. So that's going to bring the 15 back into the picture a little bit.
Yes, they're 10 to go. It's all teammate orders are off. You got to go for the win now. It's what you're here for, especially if you're Chibi as a hot seat.
Absolutely.
And by the way, do not count Logan out just yet. If these 3 keep battling, Logan will be up there with them.
Well, if you remember 2 seasons ago, that 98 was Electric Days in 3rd place. This is
broadcaster's curse.
Yep. So we know the history there.
I'll tell you one thing though, you guys got to give a lot of props to Drunkfest. He stayed up there the entire race, all 3 stages. He's been battling. He's gotten punted, but yet he is still making things work up there.
He's gonna need these top 2 to get back fighting again because he slowed that 1 lap older tires that he has, especially if 2 of the best in the business, is really affecting him right now. He's slowly losing touch.
And I know these 2 are just like, man, let's draft away from this guy. Let's settle it between each other.
And then fight it out. But they might catch the 19. And if you're... And I believe there's a green car in front of him. I believe that is Ballstick. You want the 22 to win. You do not want to see a driver near the cut line and Drunkfest win this race.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep an eye on what's happening between McCart and JoJo and Killer. If these 3 keep battling out, something could happen, and then we might end up seeing a caution. That could mean for a really interesting restart or a green-white checker.
There are 6 laps to go, coming to 5. I believe it's officially a 2-horse race.
Jimmy closes in on that 22's bumper.
When do they start blocking? When does Heredia start fully committing to that block? And when does Chibi start going for that move? Oh, the 19's going to hit the fence. Stay in it. Stay out. Stay up there. Stay up there. You're good.
He is going to get out of the way. He's going to get out of the way for sure.
5 to go. No more manual, so a game caution has to call it. Oh, the 19's still in the fence. He's coming down. He's good.
Hopefully somebody doesn't try to take out the 19 just to be able to get a caution out, as we are on our way to 4 to go. But I don't know. I think Heredia is all good. He is in the driver's seat as he is heading up to 4 to go. I do think Chibi will try to do something, but I don't think the battling is done yet.
I hope he doesn't just push him to the wind. Yeah, he's a teammate, but you're here to win the race, not sit here and push a teammate. You could go to Talladega or something to do that. Coming to 3 laps to go. Can't even get there. Heredia has a good gap that's not sending distance. As a teammate, I don't think Chibi would do that, but he needs to be a little bit closer.
They're slowly gaining on Chibi, but the 39 doesn't have enough room, doesn't have enough advantage at this point. As we're headed to
And
go.
this is the featured matchup. Literally the top 2. So
I'd say Heredia definitely won as far as votes. Welcome back, Delator.
Yeah, how?
I said welcome back as we're on 2 to go this time by.
look at the white flag. That big group behind him, Logan, Drunk, they won't. Nothing will happen. 1v1. Hopefully Boston gets out the way. We're on the last lap.
White flag.
And we're just gonna... Yep, 1 minute to go.
Chibi's not going to do anything. He's just going to let Heredia roll back.
Yeah, I'm saying
That was a good corner for the 39. Oh, the 39 get loose or tight or something.
That's going to do it.
Yeah. He would have to send it really hard. Larson edition. There he goes. There's the send. Outside. Nope. In the wall. And that'll do it. Heredia goes 1, 2, 3 to win here at Charlotte. Chibi the champ comes P2 and Drunkfest P3.
What a top 3 that was there, guys. Also, got to give credit where credit's due. That momentum that Logan has been having ever since he won Driver of the Day last week came home with a top 5 finish. How about that for Logan Aim?
Yeah, good run for him. This really puts a lot of people on watch, the guys around the cut line, because if he's consistently bringing this top 5 speed, he's going to get into that top 10. I've invited the top three. We're a little bit behind here, so we'll try and wrap this up by 9 minutes from now. I think that's a safe bet. And Jackson and JoJo are playing my favorite game in the arguing over territory.
That is your favorite game, isn't it?
Arguing over space, that's what we call it.
Space?
As the fastest lap goes to the Heredia God in a almost full sweep. He didn't get the pole, but 64 points to him.
Heck of a race.
Yes, we're joined by P3, just waiting on Heredia or Chibi, but we'll talk to Drunkfest a little bit before if they join. Drunkfest, you went with the strategy there to pit one lap earlier. Do you regret that decision, or do you think that was your only chance to do something different with the top two?
I had to try something different. I mean, with them two in the draft, where the draft was on low, they were able to pull me off corners, and I couldn't hang with them, but that one lap made a huge difference. I had to try it. Got the lead for a little while, but they just ran me down. Couldn't do nothing with it.
Brody?
Well, Drunk, I mean, you're right around that cut line, so, what kind of momentum does this, give you, going into next week?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be all right. I missed a race or two. I can't remember, but I'll be all right headed into it.
Yeah, Jake, anything for P3?
Yeah, Drunkfest, Bo, it's good to hear you, but the thing is, though, is that you've had a roller coaster of a race. You end up, being fifth, leading the race. I mean, what's your thoughts after tonight, and what's the mindset going into next week?
I mean, try to win. All you can do. That's why I had different strategies than them top two, and I knew they would. If us three would break away, they're on the same team, so I had to try to separate myself. Didn't work out.
All right. As we got Heredia and Chibi
Chibi
here.
has just joined. Yeah, we'll go with P2 first. Chibi, you were my pick to win the race. And then you cannot perform voice chat due to network failure. I don't know. I'm gonna assume he's still here. But you were my pick to win. Anything you could have done differently there? Don't think he is here, so we'll just move on to our race winner, the Heredia God. You swept the race, but it wasn't as easy as it may look in the points when that comes out in a few hours. But just talk us through that race. Finally get a win. You've been talking about how you've been screwed out of Pocono, Road America, Vegas. So just talk us through it.
I am hype. I finally get to win. I feel like I've been missing the last 5 weeks. I had a really good battle with Chibi, Drunk, Logan Aim, surprising us so much speed. It's good for him. And I'm just hype. I'm just really hyped right now. I finally get to win. I swept feature matchups. Team Pesky sweeping the races. That's a W. Yeah, I mean, it was a good race. I fell back there a little bit. It was a nice save. Killer hitting the wall, but came back. Hard charge, and yeah, just different strategies. And me and Chippy just came out on top.
Brody, anything for our race winner?
Yeah, Heredia, you finally outlasted a hot seat driver. What kind of confidence and momentum does this give you heading into next week?
I mean, Mid Ohio, that's one of my better road courses, so I should be solid day there. Just no mistakes, push too hard. I mean, I could get some good points, extend my points gap, maybe get some playoff points. I'll be satisfied. I mean, just trying to take this momentum now over to the next couple of weeks where I feel like I could grab a couple more wins.
Yeah. Hey, Heredia, this is always Jake. Glad to get a chance to see you win up there. You talked about Mid Ohio, I believe is where we're heading to. I mean, what's the strategy, especially whenever you have won as many road courses as any other driver I know, and what's something that you are prepared for next week?
Uh, just the different strategies probably around the end of each stage, probably, maybe. Oh, no, actually, there's no stages next week, so I mean, and it's really rare for a manual caution to come out unless it's terribly bad. So, I mean, in fact, if we could just get out up front, not make a mistake, I mean, it'd be cruise for days. I mean, yeah, just no mistakes.
Yeah, I don't think Chibi's mic is shared. He would have to turn that on through the phone, which is pretty difficult because I didn't know how to do that. So, Chibi, you got a copy? Let me see if the stream can hear them.
I can barely hear him.
I just want to make sure the stream can. Let me see.
Okay. Is it
Okay.
on now?
Of course, my phone's not loading the stream. Yay, internet, I love you. But I'll just go ahead with the question and check the voice or check the stream just to make sure if we can hear him. So, Chibi P2, anything you could have done there differently to get Heredia?
Wreck him. That was the turn there, the final turn, but I kind of missed.
Yeah, he tried to do a Larson in Darlington, but still good points.
So
Can
yeah,
he?
I'm saying they can hear him, but it's a little bit here and there, but they can hear him.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I can't afford a mic, my bad.
Chibi, heading into the Cup race now in about a few minutes. Anything you learned here that you can take into there?
No, I don't think so. No,
Okay.
I don't think I got a top 5 car.
Yeah, the long race, so we'll see who's there at the end. But I'll let you three go as us three will wrap up the booth. Thank you. So that was a good race. I think the past few weeks, Pocono, Dover, they've kind of calmed down from the wreckfest. I'm glad that they at least got a pit stop in. That's what we want, right? Only one game caution worth cause besides the 2 stages. So, any takeaways from this race, Brody?
Well, it does definitely kind of show you what kind of racing to expect tonight with the Cup Series. But with this Xfinity field, I was really not expecting it to go as green as long as it did, and us being able to see green flag pit stops was really nice, and a couple of drivers, there are a lot of comers and goers, but in the end, Heredia does what he does best and sweeps the race.
Yeah, Jake, any last thoughts?
One thing I think we all definitely need to keep an eye on as far as next week is the drivers above and the drivers below the qualifying. That is going to be a fun race to see, especially when it comes to points. But overall, I thought it was a really great race. Once again, congrats to Heredia, and let's get ready for a great Cup race that's coming up next.
Yeah, that was a good race. My annually booth invite. This was my last one for the season, so thank you guys for allowing me. But with that being said, we'll get ready to wrap things up. Jake, you get a drink or something, get a snack before the 2-hour-long madness of the Coca-Cola 600. So,
Yeah.
for Brody, for Jake, for Dalator who joined in, who left a few minutes ago, thank you guys for joining. Thank you to all the drivers who joined as well, and I'm always Joker, and we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes for the Coca-Cola 600.